Okay, let's start. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining the webinar on Basic of SAM. I am Ashish Sharma, Senior Solution Engineer at OpenNL. Hope you are able to see my screen. Great. In today's session, I'll be discussing on what is SAM, primary goal of SAM, what benefit organization will get by implementing it, software lifecycle from procurement to retirement of the software, and the process involved on the phases of software lifecycle. Please feel free to ask questions or drop them in the chat. Me or my team will address them during the question and answer session. ISO 19770 is an international standard for software asset management. As per this, the definition of SAM is effective management, control, protection of software. Control and protection of software asset within an organization, and the effective management of information about related assets which are needed in order to manage software asset. So what is software asset? So all software are software asset, like all desktop application, databases, operating system, etc. It can be licensable or free. Also, software installation file, whether it is downloaded or in physical media, publisher email containing license file, license key, portal login ID details, and any contract document, all are software assets. So in simple terms, SAM is a practice of managing and optimizing the purchases, deployment, maintenance, usage, and disposal of this software asset within the organization. Let's dive into the key objective of software asset management and how each can contribute to a well-managed software environment. The first objective is cost optimization, to reduce software spending by identifying and eliminating unused or underutilized licenses. Next is compliance, to ensure that the organization is using software according to the terms of licensing agreement to avoid legal risk, audit, and fines. Operational efficiency is another key objective, required to streamline software deployment, updates, and management to reduce downtime and improve productivity across the organization. Security and risk management are critical objectives required to minimize security risks by ensuring that only authorized, up-to-date software is used, reducing risks caused by outdated or pirated software. And the last is decision making, to provide detailed insight into software usage and license needs, enabling informed decision about the future license purchase and vendor negotiation. These objectives are essential for organizations aiming to optimize their software asset and achieve greater efficiency. Implementing software asset management bring several key benefits to the organization. First, SAM help prevent paying for unused or unnecessary license, which can significantly reduce overall licensing cost. By tracking software usage and optimizing license allocation, organization can avoid over purchasing and ensure they are only paying for what they actually use. SAM is crucial for avoiding legal fines and risk associated with the non-compliance. It ensures that all software is used according to the licensing agreement, which reduce the risk of legal issue and potential penalties from the software audit. SAM ensure that the right user have the access to the tool they need at the right time. By effective managing software license, employees have the necessary resources to perform their tasks efficiently, which can lead to higher overall productivity. With SAM, organization can better plan for the future software purchase or renewal. SAM help mitigate security risks posed by unlicensed or any pirated software by ensuring that only authorized and updated software is in use. Organization protect against potential security risks. Um, SAM enhance overall IT efficiency through better software management. Sorry. Streamlining software procurement, deployment, and maintenance process contribute to a more efficient IT operation, reducing overhead and improving overall performance. These are the advantages highlight the importance of having a robust SAM strategy for optimizing software management and supporting organization success. There are 10 phases of software lifecycle. Planning, request, procure, receive, allocation, deployment, user acceptance, utilization, reclaim, and return. Here we will discuss on 5 phases of software lifecycle, which major of the company follows. We are not skipping any phases, but we are merging 2 or 3 phases into one, like planning and request we are managing in the planning phase only. Now let's walk through the key phases of the software lifecycle. We'll go into the details for each phase in the next slides. Um, the first phase is planning phase. Here we focus on establishing a strategy to meet the organization software needs. Uh, Next, we move to acquisition phase, where we define process for acquiring the requested software. In the operation and maintenance phase, we define how the software will be deployed, used, and maintained across the organization. The optimization phase is where we track software usage and ensure it is being utilized effectively. Finally, in the retirement phase, we plan and manage the process of decommissioning software that is no longer needed or reach the end of its life cycle. Next, let's look at the key action taken in each phases. So, in planning phase, we focus on the foundation steps that guide the rest of the software lifecycle. It is about understanding what we need and assessing availability, taking action to acquire the right software. The process begins by raising a formal request um, for the required software. This requests typically come from a department or a team that identify a need for a new software or maybe a additional license. Before moving with the additional purchase or any new purchase, we first assess whether the requested software is already available within the organization. Uh, why we are doing it? This step help us avoid unnecessary purchase by identifying if there is are any unused license or any existing license that can fulfill the need. Once we have confirmed the need and checked the availability, the next step is to send the request for quotation to the software vendor or software publisher. After receiving, after reviewing the quotation and selecting the appropriate vendor, we then raise a purchase request within the organization. So by following all the planning steps, we ensure that the software acquisition is efficient, cost effective, and aligned with the organization need. Now, let's dive into the acquisition phase. This phase is critical because it is where we define and execute how software will be purchased and bought into the organization. In the procurement step, we focus on the formal process of acquiring the software. This involves working with the various teams like finance, legal, and IT to ensure that what we are purchasing uh, that is the right software and the best getting with the best price under the correct terms that legal will take care of that. Once the procurement process is complete, we move to the software acquisition. This involves actually acquiring the software. At this stage, it is essential to ensure that all necessary licenses are obtained and that we have a clear understanding of the terms of use, including user limit, device installation, or any other restrictions. Uh, After the software has been acquired, the next step uh, is asset registration. We register the software in an asset management tool, any asset manager, either it can be OpenLM. Okay. Uh, this will help us monitor its usage, license expiration date, and compliance with the vendor agreement. In short, uh, the acquisition phase is all about making informed strategic decision when purchasing software, ensuring compliance and setting up a system for effective tracking and management. So, in the operation and maintenance phase, we focus on how software is deployed, supported, maintained, and upgraded after it has been acquired. The first key action is in this phase is deployment. This is where the software is installed, configured, and integrated into the organization IT infrastructure. Once we deploy, we establish a software standard operating procedure. This SOP provide clear guidance on how software should be used, ensuring that user follow the best practice and avoid any misuse. Uh, Next, we make sure that a strong software support system is established. This include providing help desk or any technical support for the user who may encounter issue while using the software. Next, ongoing maintenance and upgrade are essential to keep the software running smoothly and securely. Maintenance include regular updates, patches, and any fixes. And upgrade involve installing the latest or improved version of the existing software. Maintenance and upgrade ensure that the software remain up to the date, secure, and aligned with the organization requirement. So by focusing on proper deployment, clear operating procedure, effective support, and having a ongoing maintenance and upgrade, we ensure that the software continue to meet the need of the organization efficiently. Now let's dive into the optimization phase. It is a crucial part of the software lifecycle where we focus on maximizing the value of our software asset. Um, Key activity in the optimization phase is monitoring. This involves continuously tracking software uses to gain visibility into how and when software is being used. We can use OpenLM tool to monitor usage pattern. Any other tool you can use it to monitor usage pattern and user activity. Next, we focus on license harvesting, which is the process of reclaiming unused or underutilized software license. When we identify software that is no longer is used or underutilized, we can reassign those licenses to other employees who may need them, or you know, if some team requested for additional license, we can reduce the number of license uh, for the new procurement, and in this process, we can save cost. So, in short, the optimization phase through effective monitoring and harvesting, we can improve software efficiency, reducing any wastage, and ensure that the organization make the best use of the software asset. Now, let's talk about the final phase of the software lifecycle, which is retirement phase. Uh, in the discontinuation process, we focus on safely removing the software from our system. This include uninstalling the software, um, license manager, software installation file, or any data related to software which we may have got as a downloaded or maybe in the CD format. So before uninstallation, we make sure that all the dependencies are checked. Okay, so prevent any disruption. Once we completed the discontinuation, the next step is to inform the seller or vendor. This is essential as it helps ensure that the license are properly terminated, preventing any unnecessary renewal or demand of payment from the vendor or publisher. In short, retirement phase is about proper decommission of software and communication with the vendor to have a smooth and cost-effective end of the software lifecycle. All right, this come to the end. Now it's time for question and answer. I'm excited to hear your question and do my best to provide helpful answer. Please write your question in Q&A section. Okay. So one question: can we rely on IT team alone for software asset management? Not entirely. While IT team is essential for implementing and maintaining the technical infrastructure, which is primarily um, like installation, maintenance, update, and troubleshooting of the software. But SAM required a more comprehensive approach and collaboration between many other teams like IT, finance, legal, security. And because of that, most of the company will have a separate team which can handle both hardware and software. So one question is, do we need to follow all these steps in the SAM process? Not every single SAM process need to be followed all the time. The the core SAM principle are important for controlling cost, staying compliant, and managing risk. It is about finding the right balance for your organization need. As I told you earlier, there are 10 phases of software licensing, but most of the company follow 5 phases by merging 2 or 3 phases in a single phase. One very interesting question. We bought the license. Can we just install software and forget about it? Uh, Installing a software is one-time task. It might seems like the job is done after software is installed, um, but it is more complex. Software need continuous monitoring, to ensure it has been used effectively. Um, it is in compliance with the license agreement. So without proper management, the software or the license can become, outdated, it can be unutilized, or maybe non-compliant. So non-compliant can lead to fine, legal risk, and maybe unnecessary cost for the unused software. So we need to have, we need to manage the, software even if you buy. Okay, so any other question, please write it in the Q&A section. Any chat question? Okay, so I'm not seeing any questions, so we'll go ahead. So if you want to stay updated on the latest software and license, and software license and asset management insight, I encourage you to subscribe with the OpenLM newsletter. If you have not yet subscribed, please scan the QR code, or you can drop a mail to info@openlm.com. Okay, so one more question came just now. So how you feel about SAM Pro as a tool? SAM Pro is a great tool. Is you know So in the market there are around three four tools which are very great, just like Flexera, SAM Pro. So with SAM Pro, because it is a platform, it is easily integrated with the other tool which may organization have. But one uh, thing is that it can manage deployment based software very easily. But the software which are based on the license server, or mostly like engineering software, it is difficult to manage. So it's a great tool, but it's very difficult to manage the engineering software with that. I hope I answered your question. So these are the upcoming webinar going to be conducted in this month. You can simply go to our website openlm.com and register for the same. So thank you for joining the webinar. Have a great day ahead. Thank you very much.